Hello and welcome to today's science lesson. Now, today we're doing something different to what we usually do, and that is because we finished the People's Book. We did the last lesson and the previous episode. However, before we go to the workbook and finish everything there, I would like to quickly go over the few pages after the last page here and show you how you can use this page to review the most important words in the previous units or in the whole book in general. So there will be a few episodes to review the lessons from page 55 for 54 to 73, but that would not be today. That would be later during this week, maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow, or the next few episodes. But for now, since you have the time, let's take a look at the glossary. Now, the glossary are the most important words that you've studied in the book. So here we have air, which is definitely in one of the units that we've studied before. Let's look for one of the words that we did in the last few lessons. Autumn, which is one of the seasons that we've done here. Autumn. So let's take a look. Carpenter. Carpenter is a person who works with wood. Let's see. A person who makes things with wood. So let's take a look at that. It was on page 50, maybe 54. This is a carpenter. A person who makes things with wood. So that's this here. Let's take a look at the word wood and see if it's here. Maybe it's here. Yeah, here. The strong light material that comes from trunks of trees. So it's just a material that we get from trees. You know, the trees. Wood is mainly from these parts here. So wood, we get wood from trees from this side. We use the leaves to make papers, like this one here. These papers are made of leaves, so these are the leaves. And the branches are wood as well, so they're used as wood. So all of these words are words we've studied before in the book. And if you have a problem with any word that you see in the book and you don't understand, you can always come here and read it and try to understand it. If you can't understand it in English, you can always use a translator, which will help you a lot in understanding what these words mean. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. So it's 4 pages of the most important words that we've done in the book. Now here, Macmillan Science is something that is not really important for you, but these are the things that we've covered in the book as well. You can get them from the book, but as a review, you can come back here at any time and see that and check if you did not miss anything. We will go through this in the revision. So there's no need to go through this now. So that's it for the course book. We will go back to it, like I said, in the next few episodes. But for now, let's go back to the workbook and answer the questions that we missed the last time. So we did this the last time, page 55 and 54. I already did this, but I'm going to answer the questions with you as well, just to make it clearer. And we'll start with this one. Match the words to the correct season. So we have 2 seasons, summer and winter. Now here we have a group of words that we need to match. So let's read the words and then I'll explain why we matched them this way. More daylight, cool, dry, June, longer nights, January, some rain, very hot. Okay, so we need to match these words to either summer or winter. Now remember, summer is the season where it's hot, where we have the vacation and where we go to the sea. Winter is the season where it's cold, it rains, and we wear coats, and usually people don't go to the sea or to the beach to swim. Okay, so here, let's see, let's start with this. More daylight. Of course, it's hotter, so that naturally means more daylight. So the day lasts longer and the nights last less. Cool. Well, cool, that's winter when it's cold. Dry. Dry is the opposite of wet, and it's wet when it rains. So dry is the opposite, that means summer. It doesn't rain in the summer. June. Now here, usually summer is at the end of the year. Winter is at the beginning. So this is a rough estimate of when the seasons start. So June, that's summer. Longer nights. That's the opposite of more daylight. So that goes for or goes to winter. January. January is the beginning of the year, so that means winter is usually in January, but not necessarily. Some rain. It can be more than some rain, but it rains in winter, so it can be more than some rain. But in this case, they wrote some rain, and we can use that. Very hot. With more daylight, it's usually very hot. Okay, so that's summer and that's winter. Okay, so in the summer it has more daylight, it's very hot, it's dry, it's in June. For winter, it has some rain, it's in January, has longer nights, and it's cool. Of course, you can say it's wet as well, or it's because it rains, and that's the opposite of dry. Okay, now next up, number 2. In which season are these things most useful? Write S for summer or W for winter by each one. Okay, so for A, this is a coat, and we wear a coat when we're cold. So that when we're cold, it's probably winter. So here we write W and then finish the rest of the word. Winter. Write it this way. Here, okay? B, it's an umbrella. We use an umbrella when it rains. When does it rain? In the winter. So here, winter. W and then INTER. Okay, C, we have a fan. We use the fan to move the air. We move the air when it's very hot. So in the summer. So this is summer. So SUMMER. Okay, sunglasses. We use sunglasses when there's more daylight and the sun is shining bright. So that's summer. Summer. Okay, I would like to write the name of these words just so we can memorize them. We can write coat for this one. I'll write them like this. So coat. Here, fan. Here, umbrella. Okay. Here, sunglasses. Okay, so we have a coat, an umbrella, a fan, sunglasses. Okay, so that's what we use for these few things. Okay, so now we can move on to number 3. The seasons spring and autumn separate summer and winter. Write spring and autumn in the correct place in this list. Okay, before we do that, we can go back to the course book, but we can go back to the circle that we drew the last time. So winter, spring, summer, autumn, and then winter again. Okay, so what's between winter and summer? Spring. So here, winter, summer. What's between them? Spring. Okay, what's between summer and winter? Summer and winter. Autumn. So here we write autumn. Sorry. Autumn. Okay, so that's what we have between summer and winter, and that's what we have between winter and summer. Okay, now next up, choose the right word to complete each sentence. So here, in winter, the weather is cold. Okay, so it's here, we just matched cold. In spring, the weather gets warmer. So here, write warmer. Make sure you write it in the correct spelling. Again, if this is too fast, you can always pause the video and the answers will be right here and they're very clear for you to see. In summer, the weather is hot. Hot. So make sure you underline it and then write it. In autumn, the weather gets cooler. Cooler. It's okay if you write the word and say it as you write it, so cooler. Cooler. That's fine as well. Okay, now draw pictures of the weather in the boxes below. So here, draw a picture of the summer weather, and here draw a picture of winter weather. So you can draw a picture with the sun, people in the beach wearing sunglasses, and maybe using a fan even in the beach. That's fine as well. With maybe boats or maybe people just hanging out or anywhere, maybe in the cafe where the sun is shining and they're wearing half sleeves. That's fine as well. In the winter, you can draw something with rain, maybe snow, people wearing coats. No sun, of course. Well, you can draw the sun, but it's better without because it's usually colder when there is no sun. So you can use that as well. I would love to see the pictures that you draw. I'll draw a rough idea. Maybe that would make it easier. That's the sun. I don't have any pictures, but this is a beach. Maybe I draw some people here. I'll draw a chair first. Some people hanging here, so I'm not a very good artist, but he's wearing sunglasses. There's a big umbrella, maybe as well. If we draw the umbrella, this isn't, the line is not here. The umbrella is hung up here to protect them from the sun. Maybe there are children playing. Over here. They're playing in the sand, and there are people walking as well. Happy face. Maybe there's a boat or something inside. We can get creative and just look at the pictures on the internet, and if you draw something good, that would be nice as well. Okay, so this is just a rough idea. I'm not a very good artist, but it's okay. As long as it expresses the idea of summer, that's good. As for this one here, I don't know. For winter, I'm gonna draw mountains. Maybe clouds. It's raining. Your drawing can be much better than mine, but you know, just try anything. So this is the roads. A person standing here, holding an umbrella. Okay, so of course the umbrella's over his head, so his head is inside, of course. And it's raining. This effects for rain. And there are puddles of water. Maybe there's a car passing around. There's a person running from the rain because it's heavy. He's screaming, and the rain is too much for him to handle. So these are just rough ideas. You can do something much better. I don't think this is good. I think you can do much better, to be honest. But this just gives you an idea of what you can do. All right. So let's move on to the next few questions. I'm gonna remove this just so we can answer it because this is for today. Okay. So there are a few things you have to do on your own, and a few things that you can do together. Now here, color the weather words. Match each word to the correct weather symbol. Okay. So before we even match anything, I want you to pause the video, take out your colors, and color these words so you can give them a nice character, and then we can match them. Okay, so here first we're going to match wet with G, sunny with A, cloudy with B, windy with D, still with F. Still is the opposite of windy. Hot in C, cold in E with E. Okay, so these are the symbols that we use. Now we're going to use these symbols to describe the weather today. The weather today was sunny, it was windy, and it was cold. Of course, the number can change, but as long as it's below maybe 20, it's cold. Anything above 25 or 30 is hot, very hot. Okay, so today the weather was sunny, windy, and cold. So you can make it bigger. You can describe today's weather and how do you think it will be. There are two ways you can do this. You can talk about today's weather, or you can talk about the weather in the future, which will be a prediction. But I prefer it if you describe the weather today, like the question did. Okay, great. Now here, finish the names of the seasons in the chart. Okay, so cold, it's winter. Getting warmer, spring. Hot, summer. Getting colder again, autumn. Okay, so these are the weather, or the seasons and how they change. Here you have to draw a symbol for each season. I drew an umbrella because it rains in the winter. I drew a flower because flowers usually bloom and look beautiful in the spring. Sunny because it's very hot in the summer and the sun is it's up most of the day and there's more daylight. A leaf for autumn because there's usually leaves usually fall in the autumn, so that would be a good symbol for it. Okay, so here the last thing you have to do is learn these rhymes about the weather. Now you can sing these, or you can just say them. Of course, this is the last thing, so you can just say these or just sing them. So it's raining, it's pouring, the old man snoring, bumped his head and went to bed and couldn't get up in the morning. You can sing it in whatever way you like. There is no specific way to sing this. Another way to do it: rain, rain, go away, come again another day, all the children want to play. Again, there are many ways you can do this. This is a bit of a tongue twister, so it's a little bit funny for you to hear it this way, but let's try it. I see a wincy spider climb up the water spout. Down come the rain and washed poor Ancy out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. And Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. I'm not happy with how it sounds, but this is out of like spontaneous and without any planning. So that's it for the workbook for science. In the next few lessons, we'll be just doing a review for the lessons that we've covered since the beginning of this video series. And if you have any questions, you're always welcome to comment, and I'll try to help you the best way I can. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.